One of the Kalala Washime Washai Washamaka Kodash the banners to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the island Bible preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the James Jamaica camp. Now, I was watching a debate, with Pastor Jennings and another pastor out here in Jamaica. I think it's a 7-day pastor, and they were debating whether the Sabbath should be kept, yes or no. But that is not what I'm gonna address in this video here. No, I'm gonna address a comment here that is placed on the comment board. So let me find the thread. This is the thread here. It said the Sabbath is on a Saturday, which is the seventh day, which is the seventh day of rest, and that is facts. Now, this ain't no facts, man. This is false. Why I'm saying this is false? Saturday is not mentioned in the scriptures, man. The seventh day, after the 6th day you labor and the 7th day is a Sabbath. Yes, that's for real. Which actually is the is the 8th day, which actually is the 8th day of the month. I'm gonna go into that anyway. So it's not fact that it's Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all those days are not written in the scriptures, man. You can't find those days nowhere in the scriptures. You find the days in numbers being numbered, but you can't find Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're not going to find it in the scriptures, man. So this is not. This is misinformation here, man. This is false information, man. So we're gonna break down what day is the Sabbath, pertaining to the scriptures, man. Because you see, this is coming from this Saturday Sunday thing is coming from the Gregorian calendar, which is the so-called white man's calendar. You know what I mean? Pope Gregory, what was his name? Which basically was reformed from the Julianus calendar, which was an 8-day calendar system. You can go research it yourself. So it moved from that 8-day to this 7-day calendar system. So this basically here is straight up error. The Saturday Sabbath madness, man. Even certain Israelites today is basically adhering to the whole Saturday thing because they're not on any level in regards to the understanding what the Sabbath is. Now, let me get to the basic. You basically find out what day of the month or what day of the week it is. You know what I mean? Because the Lord give us instructions, man, and you see, and that's what you Negroes can't do. You can't follow instructions, man. That's the problem, man. This is Genesis 1:14. It said, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. You know that the sun do that. That's what that light is for. And the stars basically represent for the night, and the moon represent for the night also. And let them be for signs. What type of sign? Sign to show you what day it is. Sign to show you what season it is. Astrologically, all these things that happen in the skies basically is showing you, when you look at them, you can see and know what season or time you're in. What day it is. What time of the day also. By the position of these celestial bodies, man. The heavens is our permanent calendar, man. Regardless what a man write down, the heavens will all remain as that perfect calendar. Now Esau want to do any other thing, you know what I mean? To basically obscure, what the Lord put together. But anyway, it said, and let them be for signs and for seasons. Oh, the seasons of the year? By the ordinances, man. The celestial bodies up there. That's how you know what season you're in. You know what I mean? And this cracker of him winter, him New Year, right in the smack dead of the winter. Show no crazy shit is down here on the earth, man. Anyway, it said, And days, and for days, how we know days, brother? How we know days? By the moon, man. And we're gonna get into that. You see? And for years, you know, they used to say the Mayans basically used to track the stars in the sky to tell you what basically gonna happen at a certain time. And because they know that which they were Israelites by the way, they know that the heavens basically tell you the time, man. What time it is, man. You know? Whatsoever operation up there is basically the clock of time showing the clock of all time is showing you what's going to go down, man. Because if it's period, if it's sequence in time, when you come to a certain juncture, there is certain signs or certain effects that come out, just like the days of the week. You know what I mean? You have certain activities that take place on a given day. You know, on a certain time of the day, you have certain activities that basically manifest at that specific time. You know that when 6:30 come down, you know that certain part of the world, you know that like 6:30 p.m. You know that it start to get dusk. You know, night is about to fall. You know, vice versa. You know what I mean? So you have certain effects that show you. You know what I mean? What time it is by the natural things that happening from the celestial bodies, man. So you never need the so-called white man calendar to tell you no bullshit. You know what I mean? Saturday is the 7th day. No. And Esau know this, man. Him know this, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play a video here, show you that this cracker know this, man. Believe it or not. You know? Let me get this video rolling up here. And I hate this new YouTube way to basically preserve memory. Always. Okay, here it is. Let the Edomite tell you what's going on, man.
Or coming up and crossing it during a full moon. Now, the moon takes 29.5 days to orbit the Earth, which is about a month. And in fact, months are based on the moon cycle.
You hear that, man? A month is based on the moon cycle. Yeah? The Edomites know that. Them know.
So how come our calendar months aren't in sync with the phases of the moon?
Because the so-called white man is the devil, man. That's the reason why it's not in sync, man. That's the reason why it's not in sync, man. But anyway, the scripture to tell you. It's not, you never need this cracker to tell you. The scripture tell you. You know what I mean? I'm telling you about that memory saving madness, man. Loading the pages and all that shit. This is Ecclesiasticus 43 and 6. Leading to here. It said, He made the moon also to serve in her seasons. In her season for the declarations of time. What time? You know? Days, man. Days. How do you identify the days? How do you identify day 1? By the moon. How do you identify day 7 to day 8? By the moon. You know? So, and a sign of the world for the moon is the sign of feast. What feast? Like the Passover. You know, like the Passover. You can know the Passover by the moon, man. Yeah? I'm going to show you. Yeah? It said, a light that decreased in her perfection. The month is called after her name. So the Edomite was right. Yeah? Increasing wonderful in her changing, being the instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So the moon is what show you what day it is, man. You know, the feast days basically, you can know the feast days basically based off of the moon, the cycle of the moon that is out at that time. Yeah? And Esau know this. Believe it or not, them crackers know it, man. Now, what phase of the moon is the beginning of the month? That's the question now, man. What phase of the moon is the first day of the first month? You know? Let me get a precept here. All the instruction is here in the scriptures, man. You never need to follow nobody. You know what I mean? Follow Esau and him stupid ass calendar. But anyway, this is. Let me start from. This is First Samuel's. Oh boy. Okay, here it is. So this is some First Samuel's 20 and 24. It says, so David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the new moon. Listen carefully. So when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat, and the king sat up on the seat as other times, even upon the seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spoke not anything that day, for he thought something has befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. And it, listen carefully, and it come to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month. So right here, the new moon is what? The first day. The morrow, which is the next day, is the second day of the month. So the new moon dictates the beginning of the month, the beginning of the week also. Yeah? Yeah? So there are many evidence in the scriptures basically pointing out what phases of the moon the days basically work with, man. And let me show you a next thing that show that Esau know what's going on, man, and Esau not hiding the truth in plain sight, man. One more precept here. Bring about another. Okay, so earlier, the precept that I read, in Ecclesiasticus, it said, boy, it's loading again. It said that the moon is basically a sign of feast. And one of those feasts basically is the Lord's Passover, man. Let me get it here. This is Leviticus 23 and 5. It said, in the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover. So the first month, as we read earlier, the first month, basically the new moon start the month. You know what I mean? So you count 6 days after that, and the 7th day is the Sabbath again. So because the new moon itself is a Sabbath, so that moon phase would be coming up. Is mainly the what? The first quarter, around about the time of the first quarter. You know what I mean? Which basically is a half a moon, as as you would look at it and see. They call it the first quarter. And the next phase would be what? The full moon. So the full moon will be coming around about the time of the Passover, which is what? The 14th day at evening. You know what I mean? So around about that time that the moon basically and coming to that the fullness. You know what I mean? And Esau know this, man. Esau know this, and him very keen to point it out here in this movie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play the audio of the movie. I hope I don't get a strike on it any at all. But thing loading again. Mercy. This is the movie, The Passion of the Christ, and let's look at the scene right here. And you know that when the Lord went into the garden of Gethsemane, it was after, he feasted with his disciples, man. Around about the time of the Passover, You see them looking up? What moon is here? So Esau is very keen in pointing out certain things, man. He's very keen. You see, this man is a devil, man. He's the devil, man. And he know the history of how the Hebrews used to mark time, man. Even though you hear him talking about his calendar system now and the Sabbath and all that, him know exactly what moon phases things come under, man. Yeah, but he's just a devil that he is. Look at this cracker here. You can see they are devils, man. Yeah? I'll bring out the precept here and then we close off. Loading all the time, man. There are many precepts here basically telling you about Sabbath and the new moon, man. It say this is Isaiah 66 and 23. It say, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, which basically is a month, as the might say, and the scriptures in Ecclesiasticus say, you see me? And from one Sabbath to another shall all flesh come worship before me, say the Lord. You know, who have an ears to hear, let him hear. So when I say Kalalal Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Hashem Kodash, the banners to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. To all the brothers in the highway and Bible preaching this truth. Shalom.